Right. EY Spirit Seekers and the Hornet of Doom. The wind howled across the abandoned viaduct like a chorus of long-dead souls, twisting through the hollowed-out arches and stirring the scent of damp stone and something far less pleasant, something alive in the shadows. Julie stood at the centre of the derelict structure, torch beams sweeping across the graffiti-stained pillars. "Right, team," she said briskly. "We're not leaving until we find the source of the EMF spikes." "Welcome, Lisa. Thank you for the heart me." "Jane, you're sure this is the right spot?" Jane Peck looked up from her notebook, hair whipping across her face. "Positive. This place was built over a burial pit from the plague years, sealed off, forgotten, then reopened when they built the railway. There'd been reports of strange buzzing sounds ever since." "Wait," said Daz. "You mean this place was..." "Thank you for the gifts." "Wait," said Daz. "You mean this place was built on a graveyard?" Everyone ignored him. "Buzzing," said Rob. "What, like dodgy wiring?" Rachel nudged him. "I think it's a bit more sinister than that, Rob. Paranormal, even." Uneasy laughter rippled through the group, lightening the tension. Even Dave, the Bichon Frise, wagged his tail, his little nose twitching as he sniffed the cold air. Lisa D adjusted the crystals around her wrist. "It's not just electrical," she said, eyes narrowing. "The energy here feels heavy, like it's pulsing. I'm going to set up a protection grid before we start." "Good idea," said Daz. "Let's not end up like those YouTube amateurs who got possessed by a haunted doll last month." "Or that fool who opened a Dibbert box recently," Jules said, looking pointedly at Daz. Joe, standing a few feet away, went very still. "There's something down there," she whispered, eyes glazing slightly as her empathic senses tuned in. "It's angry and insectile." Mary and Mickey, crouched by a tangle of wires and motion sensors, looked up. "Insectile?" said Mickey. "That's not the usual ghostly vibe." Mary frowned, tapping at her monitor. "No, but it's definitely moving, and it's big." Before anyone could reply, a deep, droning hum rolled through the air, like an enormous insect's wings, amplified through the bones of the viaduct itself. "Blimey," muttered Kat, peering into the darkness. "If that's a spirit, it's eaten a bloody generator." Julie raised a hand. "Everyone stay calm. Remember, observe first, panic later." Rob flicked his torch around and froze. Jules, what exactly do we do if the spirit's got wings the size of bin lids?" From the far end of the viaduct, something emerged. It shimmered in and out of visibility, a massive hornet, translucent and yet sickeningly solid. Its abdomen glowing with yellow light, its eyes glimmered like molten copper, and it was headed straight for them, at speed. Lisa D gasped. "That's no ordinary haunting. That's a parasitic entity form. A hornet of doom." "Of doom?" Rob's voice cracked. "Why does it have to be of doom?" "It feeds on fear," Dee said calmly. pulling a small vial of protective oil from her bag. And possibly sugar. "Anyone got any Tate and Lyle?" Rob asked in a squeaky voice. Typo. Before Daz could respond, the Hornet shrieked a horrible, low-pitched buzz that rattled everyone's teeth and darted straight at Rob. Of course it did. "Oh, come on," Rob yelled, sprinting away as the Hornet pursued him, the massive wings slicing the air like helicopter blades. Someone put a comment in the chat. I'm just checking the signal. "Run, Rob," Rachel shouted between helpless laughter. He screamed, bolting across the viaduct at the glowing Hornet, swooping after him. "Why is it always me?" Thank you, guys. "Because you taste like beer and bad decisions," Kat called, ducking as the Hornet whizzed past. Thank you, Lisa. Rob zigzagged madly, waving his EMF meter like a lightsaber. "It's latched on! It's actually latched on!" Indeed, the ghostly Hornet had clung to the back of his jacket, its light flaring brighter with each of his panicked yells. Dave barked furiously and gave chase, little paws pattering determinedly over the stone. Joe doubled over laughing. "Oh my God, it's feeding on his panic." Lisa D grabbed a pouch of salt and began chanting, "Stay still, Rob, I can dispel it." "Stay still," Rob shrieked, spinning like a possessed windmill. "It's on me, it's on me." Rachel sighed. "In love with a hero I am, but don't ever change, my comical fella." Daz was trying not to laugh, but tears of mirth blurred his vision. "Rob, mate, hold still, or Lisa's going to hex you instead." "I'd rather be hexed than stung," Rob wailed, flailing his arms. Dee stepped forward with calm precision, sprinkling her oil in a wide arc. Hornet of doom, by air and by light, begone from mortal sight. There was a blinding flash. The Hornet let out a final, ear-splitting buzz, detached itself from Rob's jacket and disintegrated into a cloud of silver dust that rained softly onto the viaduct floor. Silence fell, broken only by Rob's ragged breathing and the faint squeak of Dave's collar. Everyone stared. Finally, Kat said deadpan, "Well, that was subtle." Julie clapped her hands once. "Excellent work, team. Rob, you all right?" Rob stood trembling, shirt half torn, hair sticking up at odd angles. "I think I've just invented a new fear category. Ectoplasmic insects." Rachel grinned. "Could have been worse. Could have gone up your trousers." "Don't even joke about it," he muttered, checking just to be sure. Joe gave him a sympathetic pat on the shoulder. "You were very brave." "No, he wasn't," Kat said. "He screamed like a kettle." Lisa D tucked away her crystals, but he distracted it long enough for us to break the attachment, so technically he saved us. Rob brightened slightly. "So I'm a hero?" Daz smirked. "A heroic decoy." Everyone burst into laughter as the last of the spectral dust shimmered away, leaving the viaduct once more silent. As they packed up, the EMF meters faded back to normal and the air grew still. Dave trotted ahead, tail wagging proudly, as though he'd vanquished the spirit himself. "Next time," Rob said, eyeing Julie warily, "can we go somewhere haunted by something smaller, like a vengeful hamster?" Julie chuckled. "No promises, but you'll always be our Hornet magnet." "Cheers," he muttered, glad to be of service. As the EY Spirit Seekers and the EA Spirit Seekers disappeared into the night, their laughter echoed faintly under the arches, chased by a low, lingering buzz that might just have been the wind. Or maybe the Hornet of Doom wasn't quite finished with Rob. Epilogue: The Buzz That Wouldn't Die. 3 days later, Rob was back home, feet up, plucking away at his guitar, trying to construct a song called I've Got the Paranormal Hornet Blues. The others had gone about their business smugly uploading Hornet of Doom footage to YouTube while he nursed what he called a post-buzz stress disorder paranormal hangover. He'd just about convinced himself it would all be fine, mostly, when it started. Bzzz. Rob froze mid-sip of coffee. His eyes darted around the living room. No, no, nope, not again. Dave, the Bichon Frise, lifted his head, ears perked. Bzzz. Rob sprang up, sloshing coffee everywhere. Julie said it was gone. Lisa D banished it. D chanted in Latin or IQ instructions or whatever. Bzzz. Closer this time. Rob grabbed the nearest weapon, a Pelham puppet, and brandished it like a holy relic. Show yourself, you spectral insect of misery. The sound grew louder. Rob spun dramatically towards the curtains, ready to unleash righteous marionette vengeance, and screamed as something flew straight at his face. He stumbled back, flailing wildly, knocking over a lamp. It's back, and it wants vengeance. Rob froze, then looked down. A very ordinary, very confused bumblebee buzzed lazily on the windowsill. He stared at it, panting. Oh, right. Just a bee, then. Dave barked once and gave him the kind of withering look only a dog can get away with. Rob glared. Don't you judge me, you fluffy marshmallow. You didn't get nearly eaten by a hornet ghost or a horny ghost. Dave put his head on his paws, judgmentally, and just watched. The bee zipped past his ear, and Rob ducked under the table. Somewhere in the distance, a faint electronic hum rose on his EMF meter. Rob muttered, I hate my life. Down in the cellar, another louder buzz started up, and something lurked in the shadows, waiting for the right moment. And there we go, guys. That's our story.